What truly astonished me during my investigation was this: a staggering 90% of these disappearances are entirely avoidable, provided one is privy to certain exclusive techniques. Today, I am revealing 10 specialized insights that have the potential to rescue your entire holiday from baggage catastrophes. These go beyond mere fundamental pieces of advice. Instead, they represent tactical methodologies honed by seasoned travelers over extensive periods of interacting with airline operations. And I assure you, by the time we reach the seventh secret, you will grasp precisely why airlines would rather travelers remained uninformed about these safeguarding techniques. Let's begin by examining the common identification error that annually deprives travelers of thousands of dollars. The double identity strategy. Our first insight, the dual identity tactic. Imagine this scenario. You find yourself at the baggage carousel, observing everyone else retrieve their bags, yet your own remains conspicuously absent. Upon reporting its disappearance, the airline requests a description, and the only detail you can furnish is black roller bag with wheels. This is where the majority of travelers err significantly. They place their complete trust in the fragile exterior baggage tags supplied by air carriers. However, seasoned travelers are aware of a vital truth concerning baggage operations. These external labels are perpetually torn off throughout transit. A single abrasive conveyor belt, an instance of a handler carelessly tossing bags, and abruptly, your suitcase turns utterly anonymous amidst a multitude of identical black-wheeled bags. The more intelligent method? Establish a secondary identification system that functions even if external tags become detached. Always insert a comprehensive identification card within your suitcase, ideally encased in a sealed plastic cover to shield it from liquid damage or dampness. Ensure it contains your name, email contact, phone number inclusive of the international country code, and the address of your destination hotel. Consider this your bag's confidential identity, immune to loss or harm during transit. This action requires merely 30 seconds prior to each journey, yet it has the potential to spare you days of holiday anxiety and hundreds of dollars in necessary replacements. Now, transitioning to the topic of preempting misfortunes, our next secret, the 80 packing rule number 2, the 80% packing guideline. You know that feeling of sitting atop a suitcase, striving to fasten its zipper while simultaneously wishing that nothing tears or ruptures. That serves as your initial indication that you are inviting a baggage calamity. When the zippers are strained to their utter maximum, a mere single impact or aggressive handling, common occurrences within baggage systems, is sufficient for them to rupture entirely. Yet, an even more detrimental situation exists, which seasoned travelers acquire knowledge to circumvent through difficult experiences. TSA examinations of excessively filled bags seldom conclude favorably. Should security personnel need to open your bag and prove unable to correctly repack it due to the sheer volume of contents crammed within, articles incur damage, zippers fail, and occasionally, possessions never return inside. The resolution that veteran travelers endorse unequivocally, the 80% regulation. Refrain from ever filling your suitcase past 80% of its total volume. This provides your possessions ample room to move during the unavoidable rigorous handling, and additionally provides room for keepsakes or unforeseen acquisitions. Crucially, it diminishes the likelihood of your bag being singled out for supplementary security scrutiny in the first instance. TSA agents possess the ability to identify an overstuffed bag from a distance, and they are aware that such bags frequently pose issues during the screening process. Armor selection strategy. Secret number 3, the protective casing selection method. Have you ever pondered why airline baggage personnel themselves frequently utilize hard-sided luggage when they journey? They possess knowledge concerning the baggage handling procedure that remains hidden from the majority of travelers. The stark reality of your baggage's fate: it is tossed, compressed, piled beneath weighty articles, and on occasion, left outdoors amidst torrential downpours or blistering heat. Fabric-sided luggage provides practically no defense against these occurrences. However, here lies the security aspect that most travelers utterly overlook. While a flexible bag can be cut open with a pocket knife in less than 30 seconds, a high-grade polycarbonate hardshell demands substantial tools and considerable time to penetrate. Criminals seek convenient targets, not bags necessitating exertion and generating sound. The transformative characteristics to seek out include hard-shell luggage featuring integrated TSA-compliant locks, water-repellent zippers, and strengthened corners designed to endure collisions. Current iterations are remarkably light, yet they furnish protection akin to a fortress. Indeed, hard-sided luggage involves a higher initial outlay, but when you find yourself not needing to purchase substitute clothing and electronics during your holiday because every item arrives safely and undamaged, you will grasp that the expenditure is self-reimbursing. TSA Smart Locking. System secret number 4, the TSA Intelligent Locking Mechanism. Allow me to recount the experience of Robert, a man from Chicago, during his journey to London. He affixed a robust padlock to his suitcase under the impression he was exercising diligence regarding security. Upon his arrival, he discovered his lock had been severed. The bag was precariously held shut by a fragile zip tie, and his costly camera gear had vanished. His error, employing a lock not sanctioned by the TSA, which generated more complications than it resolved. This is what numerous travelers fail to comprehend concerning baggage locks. If security personnel require access to your bag and are unable to open your lock with their master keys, they are empowered to demolish it by any means deemed essential. Once this occurs, your baggage proceeds on its journey devoid of any protection. TSA-approved locks offer an ingenious solution to this issue. They permit security agents to open and then correctly secure your bag once more, utilizing specific master keys held exclusively by authorized personnel. Your possessions remain safe throughout their entire transit. But here is a professional recommendation that elevates this approach. Opt for combination locks rather than keyed ones. Keys are susceptible to loss or theft, yet that 4-digit sequence remains securely stored in your recollection. Simply refrain from using evident combinations, such as 000 or 1234, which are typically the first ones thieves attempt. The underlying psychological principle of this method holds significance. When would-be thieves observe a legitimate TSA lock on a hard-shell bag, they perceive a target that necessitates time, implements, and generates noise to penetrate. Consequently, they will proceed to simpler prospects. Nevertheless, even the most superior locks fail to guard against a single astonishing point of weakness. The zipper breach, protection secret number 5, safeguarding against zipper intrusion. Here is a security weakness that will undoubtedly astonish you. A hardshell suitcase, even when locked, can still be compromised in less than 15 seconds utilizing only a ballpoint pen. How so? By inserting the pen forcefully between the zipper's teeth, one can form an aperture sufficiently wide to retrieve contents, and subsequently, merely slide the zipper pulls back over the compromised section to resecure it. Your lock stays undamaged, displaying no evident indications of interference. This method is extensively recognized among luggage thieves globally. However, seasoned travelers employ a straightforward countermeasure that the majority of individuals never contemplate: zip tie safeguarding. Attaching conspicuously colored zip ties through your zipper pulls in conjunction with your TSA lock establishes a tamper-evident seal. Should an individual attempt the pen method, they will still be compelled to sever your zip tie, thereby providing you with instant visual verification that your bag has been accessed. Select vivid, distinctive hues that contrast sharply with your luggage. They serve beyond mere security functionalities. Furthermore, they render your bag immediately identifiable on the carousel, which constitutes half the challenge in bustling airports. Carry additional zip ties for your trip back and keep small nail clippers in your carry-on bag for removal when necessary. This arrangement costs less than $5, yet it furnishes a level of security awareness that costly locks alone are incapable of providing. However, in our contemporary digital era, a high-technology solution exists that fundamentally transforms luggage security. The Digital Tracking Revolution, secret number 6, the Digital Tracking Revolution. Consider this situation: your baggage fails to materialize on the carousel. However, rather than succumbing to panic and submitting an imprecise report, you serenely retrieve your phone and pinpoint your bag's exact whereabouts. It's still resting in the baggage area of your originating airport. Such is the capability of contemporary luggage tracking innovation, and it fundamentally alters discussions with airline personnel. Instead of being merely another vulnerable traveler submitting a lost bag report, you transform into the individual informing the airline precisely where their belonging resides. When your baggage disappears, you aren't simply relying on the airline to locate it. You are supplying them with exact location information, which accelerates and increases the probability of its retrieval. For optimal efficacy, position your tracker within an inner compartment where it cannot be readily extracted or obscured by other articles. The objective is dependable signal broadcasting and safeguarding against harm. Here is a piece of information most travelers are unaware of. Certain high-end credit cards now extend reimbursement for luggage tracking devices as an element of their travel advantages. Verify your current cards prior to making a purchase. You may already possess coverage for this technology. However, while tracking indicates your bag's whereabouts, our subsequent strategy ensures airlines have precise knowledge of what they are seeking. The digital dosage system, secret number 7, the digital file system. This approach converts you from a vulnerable casualty into an individual capable of furnishing evidence of law enforcement caliber, significantly accelerating bag retrieval. Should your luggage disappear, airline personnel will request a description, stating black suitcase with wheels is as useful as characterizing your vehicle as the metallic one with doors. You would be describing 80% of all existing luggage. The expert method involves compiling a thorough digital record prior to each journey. Capture images of all 6 faces of your suitcase, documenting any peculiar insignia, decals, or signs of wear that distinguish it. Acquire close-up photographs of brand identifiers, model codes, and serial numbers if they are discernible. Incorporate pictures of your bag's internal arrangement and any singular attributes. However, here is the advanced strategy that most travelers overlook. Document your packed items, categorized methodically. This fulfills 2 vital functions: substantiation of contents for insurance claims, and corroboration aiding airline staff in identifying your bag, even in the absence of external tags. Preserve these images within a cloud service, reachable from any device, not solely your phone, which could be misplaced or harmed during transit. This digital file requires 5 minutes to compile, yet it affords protection valued at thousands of dollars. However, documentation is only as effective as your lawful proof of possession. The Claim Check Protection System. Secret number 8. The Claim Receipt Safeguarding System. In the current digital era, it is enticing to disregard that diminutive paper baggage claim slip as an antiquated procedural requirement. Such a nonchalant stance can result in thousands of dollars in losses. Without your claim receipt, you possess practically no bargaining power with airlines should your luggage vanish. It is more than merely a receipt. It represents the sole official connection between you and your possessions within the airline's computer infrastructure. This is the methodical approach adopted by professional travelers. The instant you acquire your claim receipt, capture a distinct photograph of it using your smartphone. Then, promptly dispatch that photograph to your own email address with a subject line encompassing travel documents, your destination, and the date. This guarantees you retain backup access even if your phone's battery depletes, it becomes lost, or sustains damage during your journey. For international excursions, print a tangible copy to store apart from the initial one, perhaps in a different bag or location. Those claim numbers link to extensive tracking data within the airline system, detailing every scanning point your bag traverses. This proves to be vital evidence should you need to initiate a legal claim. The distinction between possessing and not possessing your claim receipt can quite literally determine whether you receive compensation or nothing when airlines misplace your possessions. On the subject of compensation, here is the insurance truth that the majority of travelers entirely misunderstand. The insurance strategy, secret number 9, the insurance approach. The majority of travelers harbor a perilous presumption that airlines will completely reimburse them for misplaced baggage. The astonishing truth: domestic airlines limit their accountability to approximately $3,500 in total, irrespective of the actual contents of your bag. That high-fashion attire for your anniversary voyage or your professional photographic apparatus for the tour, neither is covered beyond these limits. Furthermore, international flight ceilings can be even more restrictive. However, this is where astute travelers secure a substantial benefit: specialized baggage insurance, which safeguards the genuine replacement value, rather than merely airline minimums. In contrast to generic travel insurance, which frequently carries notable exclusions for electronic devices and precious items, dedicated baggage coverage shields the true worth of your possessions and furnishes instant emergency funds for critical acquisitions. The crucial aspect most individuals overlook: timing. Most all-encompassing policies mandate acquisition a minimum of 24 hours prior to departure. One cannot procure this safeguard at the airport upon realizing its necessity. Certain elite credit cards automatically incorporate superior baggage safeguarding when flights are reserved using their card. They frequently provide coverage of up to $5,000 per individual, with fewer exclusions than airline policies. Review your current credit card advantages before acquiring distinct insurance. You could already possess protection of which you were unaware, and it might even surpass what you would separately pay for. Nevertheless, insurance only offers assistance once a catastrophe has occurred. The airline tracking hack final secret completely averts such calamities. Secret number 10, the airline tracking exploit. The majority of prominent airlines have implemented advanced RFID tracking systems that supervise your baggage at each phase of its voyage. Each instance your bag passes a scanning location, from initial check-in to loading, through transfer, and upon arrival. Its precise position is logged within the airline's database. Herein lies the revolutionary aspect. You are able to access this tracking data instantaneously via the airline's mobile application, affording you the identical level of visibility enjoyed by airline operations centers. Should your bag fail to make a connection or be misrouted, you will be informed of this fact even prior to your aircraft's touchdown. You can proceed directly to the baggage service office, equipped with explicit location details. Rather than idling at a deserted carousel, oblivious to what transpired, here is the precise procedure. Acquire your airline's mobile application before your travel date. Following check-in, locate the Track My Bags function, typically found within trip details. Input your confirmation number or scan your boarding pass. Then, activate push notifications for updates regarding your bag's status. In numerous instances, you possess the capability to submit a missing bag report via the application while still aboard the aircraft, positioning you hours ahead of other passengers in the retrieval queue. This solitary approach has rescued innumerable holidays and professional journeys. The psychological advantage is equally as significant as the practical one. Rather than feeling powerless when issues arise, you possess information and mastery. You evolve into a collaborator in resolving the issue rather than a casualty awaiting news. So, there you have it. 10 luggage safeguarding insights that convert you from a susceptible passenger into an individual ready for any baggage predicament. Have you personally experienced your luggage being lost or delayed during a journey? How did you address that circumstance? Inform me in the comments section beneath. Your personal account could assist fellow travelers in circumventing similar difficulties. If this video has enlightened you regarding professional-grade luggage protection methodologies, please press that like button and subscribe to Journey Tips for additional privileged insights that value your intellect and practical knowledge. Distribute this to anyone concerned about baggage mishaps disrupting their travels. They will express gratitude when they are confidently overseeing their travel equipment instead of merely hoping for a favorable outcome. Thank you immensely for watching. Have secure travels, and I will meet you on the subsequent Journey Tips segment.